Thank you so much for being here. I think the audience liked the film. What do you think?
We good? Thank you, guys. It's such a labor of love. They're both so amazing. We're just really grateful that we're here.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for watching and for laughing in all the right places. You're so smart.
It doesn't usually happen that our audience applauds to a comedy show that's on the screen. It's usually when it's live, it happens. But thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
How did this start? How did this start as a movie?
I met Corey on another project, and his heart is so big and wonderful, and he's so persuasive and cannot take no for an answer. And he said, I've got another project coming up. And I said, oh, well, let's see what happens. He goes, no, we have a pitch on Tuesday, and I need a director, so you're going to come with me. And I really did kept pushing him off a little bit and going like, you know, why don't I just consult on it? And he's like, no, we're going to go. So we sat at a dinner with the wonderful people from Shine Global. Thank you, Albie. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Susan. And we sold the pitch in the room. You know, we talked about this beautiful young man who's looks older now, right? He was 10 when we started. And now he's married.
Not yet. Soon, maybe. You never know.
I saw him make some moves last night at the comedy show. I know. Watch out, everyone.
Yeah, so we just talked about, you know, not only does Austin have a beautiful story, but Corey has an incredible story. So you're seeing these two people who come from absolutely different worlds, but all having their struggles of moving forward in their lives and owning their lives and owning their strengths and standing in their strength. And putting these two stories together, we thought would make a great film for somebody to see. And then putting it in the world of stand-up comedy, which is also terrifying, we kind of stood on a ledge and we said, let's see what happens. And what happened is what you saw.
And how did it start? I mean, we got a little bit in the film from both of you, but first of all, I have to say that I love the fact that, I mean, obviously there's a focus on autism, but Corey, through you bringing that in and your connection, it shows exactly that labels just put you into a box, when actually having no labels, you could see that that's actually, personally, as someone who's neurodivergent, I like the term neurodivergence, because it's just like, you know, that doesn't mean that you're going to be Rain Man or anything specific that's out there. You're just, you know, you see things a little bit differently. So, Corey, tell us from your perspective a little bit about how this relationship started.
So I coach comedy, I coach acting, and I was coaching Austin's sister, Avery, who is here and was in the film as well. And Austin's mom hit me up and said, hey, I have this other kid, he's a little bit of a troublemaker, can you work with him? Could you handle a troublemaker? And I was like, that's my middle name, absolutely. And so the very first Zoom, you remember this? I was coaching Avery, and all of a sudden, Austin runs into the room, because it was Zoom time, it was right at the pandemic, and he just wails her with like a box, just smacks her up across the face, and Avery's like, Austin, we don't do that. And I was like, how are we going to do this? But like, I think we just connected based upon this, and like, you're incredibly smart. And so I gave a TED talk on my troublemaking ways. And the very first time I talked with him, I was like, I was suspended. He's like, over 30 times. I know, I saw your TED talk. And I was like, I get you, you get me. This is a beautiful friendship. And it just kind of went from there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you want me to talk now, or just like,
I mean, no. I was saving this. I do have a specific question, but if you want to add on to that, that's
sure,
great.
Absolutely.
I'll ask you're so self-reflective in the film, and watching yourself of 2 years ago, reflecting, how do you feel now? You're like, oh yeah, I said those things. I've changed since then. What's your experience of watching this film?
Well, I look back on this film like, damn, that was me. I said all that 2 years ago. But outside of that, I really do think like, you mean people change every second. Like 1 second I could be talking on the stage, and another second I could be out there, you know? I mean, I feel like with me specifically, I've changed so much in my life, and I'm truly grateful for my mom, my sister, everyone that's helped me, my entire family, that's helped me like change and become into the person that I am now. And I think that's great that everyone has the tools to do that, you know?
there's something amazing that everybody can kind of take away from their relationship. Everybody needs at least one person to believe in them. That's what everybody needs, just one person to look at them and say, yeah, I get you and I believe in you. It's so important. So we can be that for each other. We can be that for multiple people. We can be that for people we know, people we don't know. It's just about kind of putting that really good positive energy in the world, because it ripples and it makes such an effect. And if I affect you and then you affect someone else and you affect someone else and you affect someone else, now we have a nicer place to all live. So that's what I loved. I saw Corey affect Austin and I saw Austin affect Corey, and that was a beautiful thing.
Thank you. I want to ask a couple more questions, and I want to take questions from the audience, so be ready to ask. I want to ask, first of all, what has happened since the film? I guess I could ask this also to all three of you. Where has this gone? Where is this going? This, I don't know when you actually locked it. I know here at Real Abilities, we were looking at this film like last year already. So tell us where it's going and what's been going on in your world since then.
Well, since then, I've performed multiple sets, like at the Ice House actually. Just last night, and I believe you saw Isaac. I performed at Lincoln Center in Upper West Side, somewhere around here. Yeah.
You got to put that on the resume.
Yes. I mean, like my dad always says this. What were you doing at 12? I mean, I know what he was doing, but can't really say that here. And I think that while some 12-year-olds might have the opportunity to do this, I'm so thankful that as out of all the 8 billion people in this world, had the opportunity to do that.
I think it's beautiful. We have a partnership with Autism Speaks and Chuck E. Cheese, so we had a premiere in Brooklyn on Wednesday. We'll have one in LA later this month, and I think Austin's stories have helped Cool Beans and Suzanne and I to pass along the message. We won 2 Webby Awards last year for diversity and inclusivity for a comedian with Down syndrome. So we're always doing our best to give voice to the underdog. I think that's what this film shows, and I think that's what we stand for.
And just to follow up on that, Corey, it's an amazing program, and it's such for me, that's this is great education. Does that exist in New York? Are you bringing it here?
I want to talk with you about.
Can we do it? Can we do it at Real Abilities?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to have that opportunity, because what I feel, stand-up comedy to me is the best art form for self-empowerment. You have to lean into your adversities, your insecurities, and I love the idea of name it to tame it. You got to talk about what's on your mind, who you are, and that's been my biggest gift to myself. It started with my TED Talk, then Cool Beans Comedy. I get to learn from a 6-time Emmy winner in Suzanne Luna and have her help and be part of that. Austin obviously could help with that as well, but I feel like I've been able to have this gift to be able to help others name it to tame it, talk about what they're doing. So yeah, absolutely could make that a program where we get to have that, and then maybe at the end, in addition to the show that you've done, have these people get up and perform, because it is this opportunity. Again, if you get that laugh about talking something that is truly pained you. It's helped me heal my abandonment issues from my father. Everybody deserves what it's like to be cared about. That's what comedy is this connection and this opportunity to be heard, to be seen, and to matter. And that's what I love. So yeah, could easily talk about that and bring it out to New York.
I love it. What have you been up to since the film? Where's the film going? Tell us.
Oh, my goodness.
Before we hand you to the crowd here.
Oh, dear God, that's terrifying. But yes, we're so happy. Autism Speaks, that's such an amazing, beautiful organization, and Chuck E. Cheese was so great. We want to get it out there. We want kids to see this for inclusivity, so that they can there are many people with many different ways of being. Let's all just love each other. Make it simple. It doesn't have to be hard. It can be really, really simple. Find something that you love in somebody else and just kind of take that forward. So we'd love for this thing to kind of be shown to as many people as can be shown. And I'd love to see it in schools for kids to kind of see themselves and see each other. But yeah, beyond that, Corey and I keep moving projects forward. So hopefully more stuff from this little team.
Amazing, amazing. I see already hands up in the audience. We have a microphone that we're going to pass around.
So, Austin, were there any other forms of entertainment you tried besides comedy?
Yeah, actually, just these past couple months, I tried musical theater. It was actually a punishment for getting mad at my mom, but I think it's a great way. It's also a great way to express yourself. Whether you're a writer or a performer, an actor, actress, I think that also not as good as comedy in my opinion, but still a great way to express yourself. Any of the visual arts, I think anyone here could find a way to express yourselves very well in if you put your mind to it or try.
So what's your favorite kind of music then?
Rap.
Okay.
I mean,
Sorry, what?
If you rap music.
Rap music.
If you could hand the microphone back so we could get the question to somebody else.
I have-
Or to the next person. It's
Okay.
lost, Connor. That's it.
Thank you.
Okay, my name is Fran. Shout out to Best Buddies for inviting me here. Okay, so I have two questions for Corey and one for Austin. What's the age range of who's allowed to do comedy and who's not?
I mean, I've coached kids as young as 5, and I've gone up as high as 85. So we have a youth class, and we have an adult class, and I think anybody, if you know how to speak, if you know how to talk, and you can get on a stage, and anybody can do it. Anybody can have that opportunity to be in the spotlight.
Okay. I love being in the spotlight. I love, embarrassing myself, with my own choreography, because I create dance choreography in my spare time. Another thing is, I actually traveled an hour and a half to get here. I was wondering if you plan on bringing the comedy to Staten Island, because that's the borough I live in.
We can absolutely.
The St. George Theater is the best
Have you been
place
to Staten
do it.
Island?
It's a great question.
ferry
And I
ride
feel
is
like it's a
amazing.
very weighted question that you're throwing my way. So no.
Real Abilities does show in Staten Island, so we do have a location there.
Okay,
I
I'm
don't know if
gonna
we're
need
showing
that
this film
information ASAP.
But, yeah, grab a brochure before you leave. Give
Okay.
Connor the microphone back, and we'll
Oh,
take
I had
another,
a question
we'll
for
have time
Austin,
one
though.
more. Let's let other people ask questions
right.
too. Thank you.
Okay.
We have
Sorry.
a question right down here, and we got another mic coming your way.
Hi, this question is for Corey. First off, bring it to Staten Island. Come on. Yeah, bring it to Staten Island. Secondly, I was wondering if your classes are specifically for people who are on the spectrum, or do you invite all people with disabilities to
All walks of life, all
Yeah,
inclusivity. I think neurodivergent, neurotypical, anyone who kind of wants that opportunity. We've had people that are just accountants who want to talk better in a boardroom, So
Yeah.
it's this opportunity to own something about yourself that you may not have ever seen. I've made my mom do the class. She got off stage and she's like, "Ooh, I feel good," and I was like, "Who are you, lady?" Too confident, you know what I mean? But I think anybody should get that opportunity. I don't think there's anything better than getting that chance for the first time. We've had kids who stutter. When they get on stage, they don't. So it's just this thing that you get to tell yourself, and I think the words in our head are huge, and doing it on a stage, that's it. So anybody and everybody, all walks of life, all backgrounds, all ages.
I love that. Thank you.
Giving people confidence, really. It's really. Any other questions from the audience? How long is the process, by the way, of the class?
So the class that we run at the Ice House in Pasadena is 6 weeks, with the 6th week being the performance. With the kids class, I definitely do my best to facilitate helping writing the sets. And then for the adult classes, we have a little bit more hands-off approach where they get to be in charge, and then we just kind of mold it throughout the weeks. But then the end result is a tightly crafted set with, the performance angle as well.
Very cool. A great way, really, to build confidence and just build the comedians of the future. Austin, that's still your trajectory?
definitely. I mean, do I still want to try other things in life, see what I want to do? I mean, I have a good 80 years left unless something happens, so I would say that I still love playing soccer like you saw in the film. There's still other things I enjoy, but I think that comedy is going to be my main one for probably a good while of my life. So, I mean, high school sports are always fun, but hey, this is more fun, I think.
That's great. We look forward to following your career. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
this
guys.
film. Thank
Thanks,
you to
everybody.
our partners. Thank you, Best Buddies, for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you.
Folks, check out all the short films and all the feature films too this week and help spread the word. Join us. We are in all 5 boroughs and beyond. So thank you very much. And our next show here starts at 1 p.m. What? And this film is available on stream as well. We also love your feedback. There are feedback cards so you can scan a QR code. Give us your feedback and tell your friends about this film on stream. Thank you very much and have a good afternoon. Thank you.